All the good shows.
Brian, would you check him? So, is there anyone here who's not Catholic? Non-Catholic, raise your hands. Okay. Ain't the two of us. Let's get him. There's nothing more entertaining than scaring heathen in Ireland. But truly, Brian asked for my benefit. My bishop has recently put me on the quota system. I used to get 3 converts a month, or I get a check mark next to my name. Too many check marks, and I can't have Jameson in the chalice of Mass. And I can't have that wine. You know, it binds me up like cheese. So a very important question for those of you who raised your hands who are non-Catholic. Would you like to be? I've got the Catholicism conversion kits. There's simple questions, easy answers. For example, who's the Son of God? Jesus. Jesus. Right there. That's a trick question. Who walked on the water? Jesus. Who turned the water into wine?
That would be Jesus.
Jesus, right there. Well, you have to test right there. And if you don't know the answer for sure, just fill in Jesus. 9 times out of 10 you're on. Or if you slip Brian, right now, I'll take the test for you. I will. You can go back to your own religions later. I just need your names on the list. €5 is not a lot to ask for your immortal souls. You'll be throwing money at Peter when you can't finish the gate.
Are they here yet?
Good question there. Any Murphys in the house?
Murphys, identify yourselves.
No Murphys. O'Brien's?
O'Brien's.
Oh, are you sure? Well, we're expecting both families. And when they arrive, we have to keep them apart. So we'll have the Murphys over there, down by the food. And we'll have the O'Briens on that side. All right? Well, you'll remember the last time the families got together. It was a terrible fight. 3 days and 3 nights it lasted. And then the men got involved.
Do you remember how the fight started? It was over nothing.
Simple misunderstanding. Mother Murphy had to go to the hospital. She'd never been before. And the doctor told her she'd need a bigger specimen. She didn't know what that was. But she knew that Mother O'Brien had been to the hospital, so she went to ask her, what's a specimen? Mother O'Brien says, pee in a cup. Mother Murphy hears that, and she says,
You can shit in your hat.
the fight was on. We had to pour water on him like dogs. Terrible.
Mickey, it's time. Go get your sister.
By myself.
Yes.
Well, you better warn him.
All right. Fiona Finn is coming out. She's Flanagan's fiancée, and she's grieving something terrible. So I want you to give her a happy face. Mary Debbie, show me your happy face. Oh, that's lovely. Paul Patrick, you keep your mouth shut. Here she comes. Now give her a smiley face and give her some kind words.
God is with you, Fiona.
Sorry for your troubles, Fiona.
I'm Fiona. I'm Fiona Finn. I'm Flanagan, fiancé. Thank you for coming.
All right.
Thank you.
That's right.
I I need a drink. Be there's a shot.
We'll get Fiona a beer.
Wait a minute. There's something wrong here. It's too quiet. I'm ashamed of the lot of you. We've a room full of the Irish, a bar full of the drink, a dead man in a box, and we haven't had any singing.
Right, so I've just a tune to warm up all these lovely Irish voices. I think you've got the words there, haven't you? It's Turan, or y'all know it.
Mickey, get your sister.
By myself. Come on, Fiona, it's time.
Mickey, I can't. I'm weak with the grave.
Now, Fiona, I've been reading a book about graving, and it said that graving is a 12-step process. Yeah. So let's take about 12 steps up here and let's get started. We've not finished the book.
Oh, would you look at her all on her own? It's not right. Fiona, we're all here for you.
Not everyone is here.
She's good.
Champion Keena.
So the counties.
Oh, she's reached a sea job tonight.
That's the note that won the trophy.
She gets going like that and get dogs all the way down from Donegal.
Right now, my garage door is going up and down. Up and down.
Shush! Quiet! Do you hear him? He's talking to me. What is it, darling? All right. He says he wants me.
No, he doesn't. I apologise. She's been mounting that thing all week.
Can I have a drink, please? Come on, come and sit over here.
Wait a minute. Where's Mother?
Oh Jesus, I forgot, Mother.
There you go, Fiona. Calm yourself. Not nearly warn the people, would you?
All right. Those of you sitting in the aisles and at the front, best keep your arms and legs tucked in tight. Or she's fighting tonight.
Hey,
It's like me to bring it.
if you're joining, watch it. I'm taking two plates. Hold on to it. Don't take them off you.
You're not safe over there. She's spits.
Like a camel.
Oh, but she's a saintly woman.
She's a fine woman. There you go.
Hey, Mother, we couldn't get a ramp, so we're going to have to heft you.
Hold on, I rolled her, I'm not fucking hefting her as well.
You seat to the chair.
Yes, here we go. Let's get it. Got it there. One where she's put on a bit of weight since. Oh,
Come on now. You all right there?
No, we're going this way.
Come on now, mother. Come
Here we
back.
go. Here we go.
Backwards there.
Just get into the chair like
Easy.
No, I'm losing.
You're enjoying that far too much.
Somebody get mother a drink.
Get mother a beer.
I'll get her.
That's it.
Now, where is he?
Oh, you know where he is.
Jeff Patrick.
That's good.
Jeff Patrick. Come on up. Come on.
Jeff Patrick.
Up you get, Jeff Patrick. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit earlier, Jeff Patrick promised to give mother a kiss. Come on.
That's your man. Come on, Jeff Patrick. We can't go any further. Flanagan's still going to get tight.
There we go. She's waiting for you.
It's all right. It's all right. We put her through the sheep Easy now. Good start.
Now, no tampons.
Nice, friendly kiss, mother.
Thank you very much, Jeff Patrick. Now, Badger, on behalf of Madeleine Flanagan, Flanagan's mother, and Fiona Finn, Flanagan's fiance, 30 years, welcome. 30 years, long time, very long time. We'll go into that later. And I must say, it does our hearts a great deal of good to see you all here tonight. And wasn't he a grand man for all of us to be here tonight? Especially, absolutely, especially the English cousins from all the way across the water. And finally, did you see who's here? There is Uncle Paul Patrick. Uncle Paul Patrick. Do you remember the way he always used to walk into a room, right, and he'd fix it with his big steely gaze, and he'd put out his big beefy paw, and he'd always say those same three words: pull my finger.
Like a clap at thunder.
It's a magical gift you have there, Paul Patrick.
Do you recognise that fella?
Which one's that?
That fella. That's little Rob Patrick.
Big.
Little Rob Patrick all growing up. I think we remember him.
Oh, yeah.
This big.
We do.
Always running around naked.
And that was only yesterday.
Ah, it's the wiggler.
To the wiggler.
Just goes to show how little things have changed. Now, I suppose I should introduce myself. My name is Mickey Finn, and I'm the brother to Fiona Finn. As the only writer of any note in town, I've taken upon myself upon this sad occasion to write an epic poem about the man himself. It's entitled The Man Himself. I'd like to share it with you all now. Like a splendid river, Flanagan did flow. one got so far.
Stand aside, Mr. Joyce.
Why, thank you, Mayor. Well, I'm still working on it. But now I suppose it's time for me to read the eulogy, which I have carefully crafted over the last few sad days and written on little cards and left on the kitchen table. No, it's all right because we have all the cousins here, and each and every one of you, you knew the man, you knew his dreams, you knew his desires. You can fill in the blanks, as it were. For example, the way he died. Now, it was so unusual.
Bizarre.
Strange.
Freakish.
Now, how did he die? It was such a bizarre, strange, freakish way for a man to die. And you know, I can't say it myself, but you know, you were there. You were there. Now tell us how he died.
Well, it was a long story.
It was. Try to make it brief now.
Well, he was driving along,
Right,
and then a gorilla started chasing him.
right.
Chased him over the edge of a cliff.
Chased over the edge of a cliff by a gorilla.
There you go. There you go.
That is no way for a man like Flanagan to die. A man like Flanagan should have died peaceful and easy in his sleep. Like our grandad.
Ah yes, Granda. There was a man who died peaceful and easy in his sleep. Not like those four poor bastards Granda was driving at the time.
Hey, that was a wake. We had him piled 5 high.
I made money on that wake. And I said to those boys, don't hire a narcoleptic taxi driver. But they didn't listen. They were frugal.
Came over on Ryanair, so they did.
But you know, we've all come to celebrate his life. And we can all be thankful that he had the opportunity to go on one holiday in his life, the one vacation. This was the one time that he left the island, and that was to go to that holiday place, and it was
It was Madagascar.
Madagascar. That was an amazing holiday he had. Absolutely amazing.
I love
Wonderful wildlife. What an amazing trip. But you know, we're all saddened that Flanagan never had the opportunity to fulfill his one dream in life. This was his one ambition, and that dream was to, what was his dream?
Not get married.
Not get married. And now I feel that, well, you know, if you're going to dream, dream big. But anyway, I feel it would now be appropriate to introduce Flanagan's best friend and drinking mate, Brian Ballabunny. Brian, off you go.
Would you shave her closer next time?
Don't you try shaving her. She's biting at the razor. It's like you're shaving a duck.
Look, I will stand before my old friend this evening and I'll speak of him. I tell you, it's not right. It's just not right to see my friend lying here in this box. But tonight, we see him as we've seen him so many times before. Flat out, smartly. But tonight, he's face up. It's not funny. As we look upon our friend this evening, for the very last time on this earth, I ask you not to take this memory with you. We must all know now that he has gone. And that tomorrow morning, when the sun rises to warm the roads of Ireland, Flanagan won't be lying in one of them. And the little dog will never come along again and piss in his ear to make him do the dance that we all know so well.
Good morning, Flanagan.
Ah, sure. But didn't that man have clean ears?
His head would whistle when he'd run.
I tell you it's not right, and I feel responsible for how he died.
Don't blame yourself.
I know it's true. Just a few nights ago, myself and Flanagan were in the pub. Sure, where else would we be? And he turned to me and he said, "Brian, where does it come from?" I said, "What's that, Flanagan?" He said, "The Guinness. Where does it come from?" I told him, I said, "Everybody knows, Flanagan, that it comes from St James's Gate. They have a brewery there and everything. And you can even take a tour of it." Well, with that, he was up like a shot. "A tour, is it?" he said. "Well, we've got to do it." Well, what could I do? You all knew the man. Get something like that in his head and you've just got to go along with it. So off we go to Dublin, and the whole way there, he's telling me how beautiful it's going to be. So I'm thinking he's going to be disappointed. But when we get there, he was the happiest I've ever seen him. He was beside himself with joy. And then he saw the big copper vats, big gleaming copper vats full of the Guinness. And he turned to me and he said, "Brian, I'm home." That's when everything went into slow motion. Now there was a circus outside the brewery. And on the way in, this big gorilla followed us in. And at the same time, they had one of those artificial climbing walls up the side of the big thing of Guinness. And you'd all know he was a climber. So I'm standing there, and up he went because he wanted to have a look at the Guinness. And then the gorilla followed him up the big cliff. And the last thing I saw was Flanagan's arse falling into the top of the vat of Guinness. And that's how he died. If only he hadn't asked me where the Guinness comes from, he'd be here today.
But Brian, why didn't you help him?
Well, I was laughing my arse off. But that's not how I'm going to remember this dear man. No, I'm not going to remember him being chased by a gorilla up a cliff and falling into the Guinness and drowning. I'm going to remember him by the noise.
Ah, the noise.
Ah, no!
That's it, that's the noise.
That's the noise Flanagan would make every night when it was time for the pub to close. So will you help me now remember our dear friend? Mayor, would you ever ring the time bell once more for Flanagan? And we'll all make the noise for Flanagan.
Time, gentlemen, please.
To Flanagan!
Flanagan. Oh, Jesus, Fiona, could you please stop it now? Oh, no, come on, you've had plenty of time to think about it. We've got our father here.
Father, instead of yelling at her, why don't you give her some words of comfort?
Words of comfort.
Aye.
Fiona Finn. Be glad you're not the dead one.
Father, I was thinking of something more along the lines of the benediction.
All right. No, that's a good idea, mate. The benediction. This will give you the comfort you seek, Fiona, and keep us in our seats. In nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Flanagan, you're dead. And as we all know, death is a poor man's doctor. Amen. Now this was a good man. This was a kind man. A generous man. Flanagan was the type of man who'd give you the shirt off his back. His life on this earth was like a Bible story. Sure he was. And with his passing, I'd like to share a Bible story with you all right now. And the story I'm thinking of is taken from the Gospels, from the book of Kevin. And in it, Kevin and Jesus are walking down there by the water. And Kevin turns to Jesus and says, "Why only the one set of footprints?" And Jesus says to Kevin, "Well, you're walking too damn close to the water, you idiot."
Begging your pardon, Father, but the book of what?
The book of Kevin.
Well, sorry, Father, but None of us ever heard of the Book of Kevin.
It's the fifth gospel.
There are but 4.
There's 5.
There's 4.
There's 5. There's Matthew, Mark, Luke, Jerry, and Kevin. 5. And none of you have heard of it. None.
No, Jerry neither.
Well, I'll tell you why you've not heard of it. Because the Pope's been hiding it from us. All through the centuries, all them popes have been hiding the Book of Kevin. Just waiting, right there, down in the vault in the Vatican, to be the right time to be revealed. And I'll tell you what time that'll be. That'll be when them holy Roman accountants, the Jesuits, come running into the office there. And they'll be all like, "There's no more money coming in, Your Holiness. The coffers are getting low, Your Holiness. We've been paying out lawsuits all over the place. What are we going to do?" And you'll see what will happen. The Pope will go out and make an announcement on TikTok. "Look what we've discovered this week in a cave in Israel. The Book of Kevin." And what will happen then? We'll all have to go out and buy new Bibles, new missals, the Book of Kevin Donald Trump edition. And don't think the Pope's not getting a cut of it all, because he is. Shame on him. And that's why I want nothing to do with them popes and cardinals and bishops and the like. They're management. I'm Labour. We don't mix. That's why I love Kevin so much, you see, because he wasn't always after putting coin in his pocket. He was about the spirit. And that's because he was the only chronicler of Jesus' life between the ages of 12 and 30. Am I right? You don't see any mention of those years in any of them other Gospels, do you? And isn't that curious? 4 different writers, and not one of them mentions those years. Well, they're all right here in the Book of Kevin. Because Kevin was with Jesus writing it all down. Well, he was one of Jesus' mates. In fact, they were in a gang together. No, it's true. It's true, it's true, it's true. Yeah, it wasn't serious. I mean, they were children, and there was only 3 of them in the gang. There was Kevin, Jesus, and John the Baptist. And I'll tell you right now, Jesus never held nothing against John for being no Baptist. He loved him, like he loved all the Roman Catholics of the day. But Joseph was still after throwing Jesus out of the house. And you can't really blame him now, can you? I mean, Jesus is what, almost 30 years old? Still living at home? No job to speak of? Fisher of men. Who signs that paycheck? And to make matters worse, he's running around every other night with them disciples. And you can't blame those boys neither. If you've got a mate who can turn water into wine, you're knocking on his door every damn night. And Jesus would go. He couldn't say no. Good time Jesus, they called him. And they'd be walking down the road after him like little ducklings, just hoping he'd put his feet in the river or in a lake. His skin touched the water. It's happy hour for the boys. They all dived in. And Joseph saw all this, and it made him angry. You may not know it, but Joseph was a bitter man, for many reasons. The first of which was his profession, which was what? A carpenter, right? 3 damn trees in the whole of Israel, and he chooses carpenter. That's a profession. No flies on that cow. And Mary didn't help matters any either. She never made him feel special, even in his own home.
The Blessed Mother.
I know, it sounds a little harsh, but I'll give you an example right here from the Book of Kevin. So early in the morning, Joseph's out there in the shed, working away as he always did. Only this morning, something's different. This morning, Jesus isn't out there with him. And to understand, Jesus always worked out there with Joseph in the shed, every morning, ever since he was a snapper. But today, Jesus turned 14. And with the age comes the rebellion. So Joseph's out there working and Jesus is up there in his room, yelling about the place. I don't want to be a carpenter. I want to go where the money is, like the Italians. I want to be a cement contractor. Well, Joseph's getting hungry much earlier than normal, what with working all by himself and everything. So he comes in early for breakfast, sits right down there at the table, and Mary shoves his plate away. Can you believe it? And you know why? Because Jesus hasn't come down for breakfast yet. And in this house, it's all about Jesus. It's Jesus this, Jesus that. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But Joseph's starving. So he yells up, "Come on now, breakfast's up." "I don't want any." Cheeky little thing. Joseph's a good man. He's going to give him a second chance. He yells up again. "Come on now, son. Your mother's made your favourite. It's loaves and fishes." "I don't want that slop." I know. It's there, it's in Hebrew, it's right to left, it still means slop. Slop, is it? I worked my finger to the bone every year to put that slop on the table. Your mother cooked it up just the way you've been asking, no bones, and you're not eating it. "Oh no, you little squint, you're eating it all right." Joseph starts to roll his sleeves up. He's going to go up there and give Jesus a piece of his mind. But Jesus knows he's coming.
He does.
He's God. Joseph starts up the stairs and Jesus flings the door open. "I don't have to listen to you. I don't have to eat my breakfast. You're not my real father." Right. Joseph hears those cruel words from his only begotten stepson. And he's cut to the heart. He falls to his knees. And he starts to cry. And he cries more than any man alive has ever cried. He cries for 40 days and 40 nights. And the water's coming, the floods are coming up, and he has to run out and build an ark real quick. And the animals are all coming 2 by 2, all except the weasels. And they're after swimming across the water and became the English.
What's this to do with Flanagan?
Exactly.
What do I do here?
The benediction, Father.
And I know that. Benediction. Right. In nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Amen. Flanagan, you're dead. And we're not. So, here's to you before you're up. To Flanagan.
Now I told you, each and every one of you, that he was going to die. But what did you do? You laughed at me.
And no one laughed at you, Kathleen.
You laughed at me and then you nailed my shoe to the floor. And I was going round in circles for 2 days. Now, you know how I knew he was going to go? They told me.
Who told you?
The banshees.
Jesus, Kathleen.
It's true. I hear their voices. Whenever I'm using nail polish remover or cleaning with a I hear them. And they told me. One day last week, we was out in my field. And the banshees came up a-howling out of the west. And they were calling, "Flanagan, Flanagan." And I said, "Oh no, banshees, you're not coming for Flanagan." But they kept calling his name, so I said, "Banshees, tell me how he's going to go. You won't tell us so." Of course, I don't know the time I'd be after to warn him. So the banshees agreed, but they said, "Kathleen, you're going to have to guess. Because you know how those banshees are. They won't come straight out and tell you something. Oh no, they have to do a little banshee charades." So then the banshees, they formed a circle around me. And a mist rose beneath my feet. And I started rising. Up, 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 high into the sky, flying with the banshees right across the ocean. And we landed. Where did we land, Mary Maxine?
In England.
In England. We did. That's very right. But we landed in England. And we landed right by a big nursery there. Because you know how Flanagan loved his plants. And who did I spy there? Looking all dapper and dead pleased with himself. But Flanagan. The man himself. That's right. He's down there by that nursery in England, and he's after something a little bit different for his plot, you know, for the vegetables, like. And he's heard about these special ones, these special kind of things. They're a bit like a tomato, but not quite. I think they come from Mexico or somewhere. Tomatillos or something. Yes, tomatillos. And so he gets himself a whole briefcase full of these tomatillos. But there's a bit of a fight because he's taken all the last ones and there's a load of people in the nursery. And they all come shoving and pushing and shoving around him. And he ends up falling into the case of tomatillos. And the banshees stopped and stared at me. Much the way you're all staring at me. And I said, Banshees, is that how he's going to go? By getting cased in a brief of tomatillos? And the Banshees, they nodded and they smiled and they laid their fingers on the side of their nose. Aye, that's the way he's going to go. So when I woke up, I was back in my field. So I ran to the pub to find Flanagan, and I said, Flanagan, whatever you do, don't go to any nurseries in England, and whatever you do, fella, don't go buying any tomatillos, and stay away from crowds of other people, because it'll kill you. But Flanagan just looked at me and said, oh, Kathleen, you've got to stop drying your hair in the microwave. But now, you see, now I realise, the Banshees didn't mean that he was going to die because he got cased in a brief of tomatillos. No, they meant he was going to die by being chased off a cliff by gorillas.
They trained you tell me.
They didn't even like... Banshees didn't make the sounds like signs. But they said to me, Kathleen, when you go to the wake as you must, you're to dance the mystical dance of the grappling dead with Rob Patrick. And the Flanagan can happily rest in the peace that he deserves. But whatever you do, make sure that Rob Patrick doesn't mess it up like he usually does, or there will be grave and unpredictable consequences.
Perhaps you'd like to say a few words.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if I can.
Oh, but you must.
Stay strong, Marie.
All right. Well, I tell you, as mayor and bartender of Grappling, I think I'm going to miss Flanagan the most. I tell you, nobody could vote more times than that man.
He was a constituency unto himself.
But that's not how I'll remember him. I'll remember him by the stories he could tell. I tell you, that man had a silver tongue.
Aye, that he did.
Pennies a night, he'd sit at the bar and he'd say to me, Marie, a tall tale lasts a lot longer than a short drink. And he'd tap his glass and I'd fill it up. And he'd give us a tale to last the whole night long. Now, I'm sure many of you have got a favourite Flanagan story. I know I have. Now, Mary Emma, what's your favourite Flanagan story? Just the subject, like.
Time you went roller skating.
Roller skating. The roller skating story. Shall I tell the roller skating story?
Yes.
All right, but you'll have to be kind because I'm no Flanagan. All right. The roller skating story by Flanagan. It was a dark, stormy night. And Flanagan's sitting at home, he's feeling bored, idle, nothing to do. And he gets it into his head to rearrange the furniture. I know! Listen, no Irishman ever rearranges the furniture. Here in Ireland, if you find a sofa in the middle of a field, you build your house around it, you know, the sofa.
It's there for a reason.
Without question.
Flanagan's feeling a little crazy tonight. So, Paul Patrick, what's the first piece of furniture he decides to move?
A bicycle rack.
A bicycle rack. A very common piece of furniture. So he grabs hold of the bicycle rack and he pulls it away from the wall. And there, in the wall, there's a hole. And something catches the corner of his eye. And he reaches in and he pulls out something truly unusual. Mary Sandy, what does he find in the hole in the wall?
You really want me to tell you?
Oh,
He found a box that was locked.
a locked box. Now, this is no ordinary locked box. Locked box. This locked box. I'm going to shorten it to box. This box has a name. And what was the name, Mary Caroline, of the box?
Cassandra.
Cassandra the box. Right. Now, Flanagan, as every good Irishman knows, the person who finds Cassandra the box in a hole in the wall must take on a grave responsibility. He must return Cassandra the box to its final resting place. And where would that be, Martin Patrick?
The bog.
The bog?
Yeah.
Dog.
Not the toilet. The peat bog. He must return Cassandra the box to the peat bog, and he must do it this very night. Otherwise, there's an awful curse will descend on the village. A curse that hasn't been felt for 700 years. And what would that curse be, Mary Debbie?
Oh, there'd be no Guinness.
Well, Flanagan knows he must take Cassandra the box to the peat bog, otherwise the whole village will have no Guinness, and he must do it this very night. So he sets off, and he's on his way to the peat bog, and he comes to a fork in the road.
Get your minds out the door.
One road leads to the peat bog, and the other road leads to Mary Teresa's house. Oh, now fellas, I know many of you have been down the road to Mary Teresa's house.
More than once.
It's not so much a road as a ditch.
Now Flanagan has to make up his mind, because he's not been to Mary Teresa's house in quite a while.
2 days.
So he's standing there weighing up his options, and this is the part of the story that makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
That'd be a good time to cut it.
Thank you, Kath. He's standing there and he hears something coming from under a bush. And it's a voice that's saying one word. One word. You've very cleverly hidden your name badge there. What's the one word he hears coming from under a bush, Tony Patrick?
Be Jesus.
Be Jesus! That's one word in the Irish. What would be Jesus be in the Gaelic?
Fingal or Froggle?
It's a strange language. Now, Flanagan's, he should be feeling frightened, but he's not, because he's got Cassandra the box in his pocket.
That's right.
So, he gets down on all fours.
And we're back at Mary Teresa's house.
He gets down on all fours in order to look under the bush to see what's saying the Jesus. And Mary Carroll, what does he see under the bush?
Guinness.
Guinness! This is no
Hidden.
a pint of Guinness. This is no ordinary pint of Guinness. This pint of Guinness can talk. And this pint of Guinness has a name. And what's the name, Andy Patrick, of this pint of Guinness?
Jezebel.
Aye. So. I can see by the look on your faces, you don't understand Irish folklore. You don't realise the significance of a man finding Jezebel a pint of Guinness, saying, but Flanagan knew. He knew very well. And he knew he had to do the only thing that he could do. And what's that, Mary Maxine? What does he do next?
He drinks it.
He
Drinks it. And while he's drinking it, he thinks I'll have a sit down in the road. And he's drinking the pint of Guinness. And suddenly, he hears a whooshing noise behind him. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And there's somebody coming down the road on roller skates. Well, I told you this is the roller skate story. All of Flanagan's stories have a moral.
No ending, just a moral.
And what's the moral of the story? Hiding your name there, Mary. What's the moral of the story, Mary Dawn? Just a simple phrase.
Be careful on the dark bushes.
Be careful of the dark bushes. This is just a short, simple phrase you can embroider and hang on you. And it's there to inspire generations to come with its brilliance. Thank you, Mary Dawn. But don't hide under bushes. Mary Dawn, Mary Dawn.
To the park in the road.
The park in the road.
To Mary Teresa!
Dark bushes.
In the road.
To Mary
Stop it! Have you all forgotten why we're here?
Mary Teresa.
Who are everyone? Listen to you all laughing and tittering and carrying on. Perhaps I'm the only one who came here to mourn and to grieve the loss of this dear man. But I believe no one in this room loved him more than I. And I do mean no one. And you may think I'm daft, but I tell you, I do hear him talking to me. Calling out, dreaming of the day we'll be reunited. But knowing full well, I must fulfil my journey here on this earth. So until that time comes, we reminisce about the days gone by. I remember him saying to me, Fiona, you're my true love, you'll always be.
drink at such a filthy time as this.
Flanagan wanted me to read the will.
All right, everybody, shut up now. Get out of the way.
The last will and testament of Michael Flanagan of Grappling, here in Ireland. I, Flanagan, being of sound mind and body, know that were my life to end soon, 'twould truly be a shame, for I have no heir.
'Tis true enough. Been out the box, good and tight.
All who have ever had cause to know me will know this fact, for I have always had but three loves. One, my country. Two, my mother. And three, my fiancée, Fiona Finn.
He loved you, Fiona.
I know he did.
Because of the traditions of my country, I must follow the wishes of my mother. Those being that as long as she has the slightest amount of breath left in her lungs, no Flanagan shall ever marry a Finn. Forgive me, Fiona.
I forgive you, Fiona. Flanagan. It's her I don't forgive.
Equal for ya!
Don't you raise your voice to me, young woman. Yeah, oh, you raise your stick to me now, do you? Oh, shove that stick up your fucking ass.
Stop it! The fighting comes after the dancing. So now I must decide to whom I shall leave the Flanagan estate, which stretches from Grappling River to Mount Blooders, from Haggar's Bluff to Donnybrook Wall, along with my most prized possession, my T-shirt. Madagascar. Is it truly difficult for all those closest to me? I am sure any one of them could find great uses for land such as mine. My partner for all these many years, Brian Ballybunion, knows the value of the land. And as he has always made clear to me, land and investment opportunities
Go hand in hand.
Can you see through it?
No, but I say it all the time. I told Flanagan, that land represents a business opportunity. You need to take that land and develop it.
And lo, what a picture it would be to see my love Fiona planting forget-me-nots while she mourns me in the gardens where once we wooed.
And woo, we did.
I'll say you did.
Father, do you mind?
Well, I don't mind. I've heard your confession, though. I know he minds.
Father, with a room full of people.
Oh, darling, don't get upset. We've all heard your confession.
No,
What do you mean?
He records them.
I don't believe you.
That's true. You're number one on Dublin radio.
They're about to launch a dance mix of it. But bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been a week and a half since I've been in. Fiona Finna. Sinner. Finna. Sinner. Finna. Where's the God?
You're a very sick man.
I need money.
It is therefore my wish that the one who can fulfill the following requirements be given sole ownership of all that was mine. 1. This person must have a good and solid purpose for my land.
I do.
I do.
2. Said claimant shall then prove worthy. When they turn round left, right, turn round right, left, and say, Isur had no ear a skinnead, and know what it means to me. Well, it's some sort of riddle. Now, there's more. If no one can meet these requirements, let my land go to those who've had it since time began. Let my land be claimed by the little people.
Give the land away to that.
Quiet, look at yourselves bickering over a man's land, and not even taken the dirt nap yet. Now, I'm going to look over this. And I'll let you know my opinion. So, in the meantime, the food's up and the bar's open.
The bar's open.
There, it should go off.
All gets die when the person
Oh.
Come on, Martin Patrick,
Here, don't sit down there.
you're gonna give us done.
You'll be forgiven your €5 if you sing now.
Okay.
You got your words.
Just tell me when to start.
Okay.
That was not Flanagan's favourite song. Flanagan's favourite song was a more contemporary tune, something you hear on the radio all the time. You're hiding your badge again. Mary Sarah, what was Flanagan's favourite tune? What contemporary one?
It was I'm a Barbie Girl.
So Tara, I know that one. I know the Tipperary version of
Okay, are we ready?
To see her is to love her, and to love one her forever. She's blonde at the top, when darker below, and she's always there, whatever. She's with me every night, and we never ever fight. But sometimes when I'm with her, I talk a load of shite. When we go to the match together, I sing just like a lark. It's usually, I'm a Barbie doll, you'll hear it all over the park. She's my friend, she's my crutch, and I love her so much. She's got plenty of class, and a lovely shaped glass. She's cool and she's smooth and she never runs out, 'cause there's nothing quite like a good pint of stout.
Brian, you made some of that up.
I will only a bit about singing like a lark, obviously.
Well, that wasn't Flanagan's favourite song. No.
One of them.
It was another, a more contemporary song.
Oh, yes.
It's a love way to Tipperary.
It is for real.
I wouldn't be starting here though.
No, Nicky, you know that one.
I do.
That's your man.
Okay. The Galway version of it's low Tipperary, which apparently I know.
Are you ready, Matthew?
Do you know this song?
I hope so.
Okay. There's a monkey on my toaster and he's looking quite alright. There's a banker in the bathroom and some pebbles on my plate. It's a long way temporary, I'm on TV. My banker is still working and my leprechaun is smoking. I'd be you if I weren't me.
Vicky, do the second verse. There is. And don't forget the bit about the striped polo shirt.
The what?
The striped polo shirt.
Okay, the striped polo shirt. Okay, I think I know this one. Let's go.
And
All right.
the bit about the UK interest rates.
So that's the striped polo shirt and the UK interest rates.
Okay, the striped polo shirt and the UK interest rates. Striped polo shirt, UK rate. Okay, I know this one. Let's go.
And the lemon. Lemon.
Is the lemon
You've got the striped polo shirt, the UK interest rate, and the lemon. Oh, this was Flanagan's favourite.
Oh, the way it rhymes.
Okay, the striped polo shirt, the UK interest rates, and the lemon. You bastards! The striped polo shirt was found lying in a hedge. There's all these UK interest rates, I think I'm down on the edge. I'll be passing all the lemons and my hands have turned bright green. My sedatives are taking and my pupils are dilating. Good night, sleep well, sweet dreams.
You take a verse.
Okay, Mother.
Okay.
In the Irish.
We have some celebrities in view.
Really?
And if you give them a big round of applause, we might get them up here to do a turn. Now then, Roy Patrick and your table. Would you like to come up here and give me a
The same without all of you. All of you the same. They're taking their time. Like the celebrities they are.
These are real celebrities tonight.
Yes, sir.
I give you the Killarney Dancers. tremendous act. It's the inverted human pyramid.
That's right, with Mary Emmer at the bottom.
Don't pay him, Mayor.
No.
No,
Choice.
I wouldn't pay him.
It's terrible. Sorry.
I'll come to your defence. I think that the problem lay with you fellas. You see, you weren't wearing your kilts. The trousers are too constrictive for that kind of dancing. You couldn't get your natural metronome work.
Irish Catholic boys need a good sense of rhythm.
All right, there, all right. Now we've had the singing, and we've had the so-called dancing.
That wasn't dancing. That was
So let's show it.
You want to know about the land?
Well, I think we're all a little curious now, aren't we?
Right. While you lot were all drinking at the bar, I was consulting my legal advisors, Jamesons and Baileys. And they helped clear my head. And I now know that in cases of land dispute, the mayor shall hold a tribunal.
a tribunal. Right now, come on, everybody. You've got to make an effort. Everybody on your feet now. Everybody on your feet. You can't have the tribunal until you're all on your feet. Sorry, they're so slow, Mayor.
They are. All right. Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
After me.
You're getting the idea.
I state your name.
I state your name.
And now, a tribunal. All right, that's good enough. Sit down. And the dancing. Right, here's how she works. Those of you making a claim should come here and state your case. And we'll decide whether you're worthy or not by solving the riddle. Isor ad no Erascaneid. So, oh mother, much as I'd love to give you the land, I can't.
Oh, you can.
Oh, I can't understand the word you're saying. There's nobody in this building, in this country, who knows what the hell she's talking about.
None at all.
None.
Wait a minute. None but one.
Oh, get out of it.
It's not. Sure, you're looking at the only woman that's raised me since my own mother passed away. Your mother's like my mother. And I've been listening to her talking those tongues of hers for years, so don't I understand every word she says. So I stand before each and every one of you now to translate for mother. And she says she's known me since my adolescence.
All right, I'm game. Kathleen, administer the oath. And don't tell a lie, because if you do tell a lie, she'll put a curse on you and your entire family tree from now until 3 weeks on Thursday.
Brian Ballybunion, do you promise to tell the truth?
I do, you flippin' looper.
Then take this. He's taken the pledge.
Leave her alone. She's not well.
But she's got lovely furniture.
I will now speak for mother. Her words are mine and my words are hers.
You go then.
And vice versa. So mother says it is indeed a shame that a man as grand as Flanagan is no longer with us. That's right. She remembers him fondly as he was throwing bricks at the Protestants. He was indeed the apple of her eye. Right? That's right. And she says, it's also a shame that the land that's been in Flanagan hands for so many years has got nothing on it but an old woman. Now, she says, there standing before you is Brian Ballybunion. And he knows a thing or two about land and investment.
No.
So if there are any, so you need to trust him. And if there are any papers to sign, bring them up. And bring up a wee pen as well, because Brian doesn't have a pen.
She did not say that.
She did, word for word. She's getting the hook now. She says, will you stop fricking around and give that hand to Brian? Because she knows, like we all know, that that land represents a development opportunity. We need to take that land and develop it. Is that right, Mother? And that's why Mother and myself have a grand plan for the land. You want to tell them, Mother? You tell them. That's right. Air at Disney. Air at Disney. We'll have McMahon's welcome you in, and we'll have Snow White and the Seven Leprechauns. We'll have a new ride. We'll have a new ride, a loud flume with the Guinness, so you won't mind getting splashed.
Brian, stand there. You're making a mockery of this tribunal.
I know what the riddle means.
You know?
I do.
You know what "Iso ad no Iriscanead" means?
I do.
What's it mean?
It means you've got to be this tall to ride on Spud Mountain. That's what Mother wants.
It's what you want, Brian.
It's
You
what
greedy
Mother
bastard.
wants.
You've been talking about Air Disney for years now. I'm ashamed of you, Brian.
You, Mayor, for letting this tribunal get out of hand.
I don't recall the floor having recognised you.
Well, it's better. But I'm making a claim.
All right, but you got to do it from here.
Gladly. Mary Sandy, come with me, darling. Come and help me. Come and sweetheart.
Kathleen, one more for the oath.
Come here, me darling.
Lovely trousers.
Do you promise to tell the truth? For if you don't, if a lie should pass those tattishly painted lips of yours, you'll be haunted and visited in the middle of the night by what I have in my bag.
Kathleen.
You'll be visited in the middle of the night by the happy thing. The happy thing.
Jesus, Kathleen, I've been waiting for 13 years to be visited by the happy thing in the middle of the night. That is not going to make me happy at all. Not now, it's broken anyway. Unless it has batteries. Anyway, Mary, Sandy and I have been talking at great length, haven't we, darling? And I believe we've come up with a brilliant idea for the land, haven't we?
We have.
Tell them what it is.
Well, it's combining his two great loves.
Yes.
His love of roller skating and his love of, well, you know, bearing it all. It's a roller skating park for nudists.
What's this roller skating park for nudists to be called?
What's the name of it,
It's
darling?
to be called
Girl.
Flanagan's freewheeling, free fall, fling it off and be free.
Flanagan's roller skate park.
Brilliant name, isn't it, darling? Yes, it is. I think it's a grand name.
Do you know what the riddle means?
The riddle.
Of course she knows. Just like
Can I say it in public?
I'm quite worried
I think
I
you'd better let Fiona say it for you.
Exactly.
It is.
She knows.
I know.
She knows, just like every woman in this room knows. It means that any woman who's put up with a man for 30 years deserves anything and everything she can get. right. I don't hear anyone else making a claim.
The stick. Mother drops a stick.
Oh no.
She never drops a stick. What? Is there a doctor in the house?
The doctor.
Is there a nurse perhaps?
A nurse.
A nurse? Is there a nurse?
A nurse.
What about a dental technician? No? Somewhere once. We need you. We need you. Here we go, quick. There we go. Say what you
Please come and save her.
Come and save her. We can't have a date at the waiting room.
Give it a kiss and
You're pumping chest or something? No. No?
No?
Now tell me you're not a doctor, are you?
No.
You're not a nurse.
No.
What is your profession?
Teacher.
Well, as a teacher,
She's dead.
what's your
So you think she's had a final lesson?
telephone
Most definitely.
Thank you, Mary Colling. Right, Brian, take her in the back.
If you got any voice in your drink, save it. We're gonna need it out back.
Well, it certainly sounds like according to the teacher.
Take her down the back. And Brian, climb the stairs.
Wait, the what?
The stairs!
I dropped her.
Is there anything more sobering than the death of the wake?
The birth of the wedding.
There is that. That's terrible. But you know, not more than 5 minutes ago, I was having a conversation with Mary Carolyn here, and she said something absolutely brilliant. Now, if you ever spoken with Mary Carolyn, you know what I went through. It's a lot like talking to a tape loop. You come back half an hour later and she's talking about the same things we were talking about before.
Like a chihuahua on crack.
It's true. But you know, on this occasion she said something brilliant.
Really?
But we were talking about love, and she used one word, a noun, one word, a noun, to describe life. And it wasn't a cliche like a box of chocolates or a bowl of cherries, no, it was only one word. And she said, Mickey, life is like a...
Bling.
Life is like a bling.
A
I
bling.
thought that was brilliant.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Totally brilliant.
What did you mean by that, Nicky?
Well, I'll tell you what she meant by that. She said life is like a bling because it just dazzles you with how sure it is. But, you know who was listening in our conversation? It was Mary. She's not good, Jerry. She was very helpful with this answer. Extremely clever. Because she was eavesdropping on our conversation and she overheard Mary Carolyn say life is like a
Bling.
and she came up with another word to describe death, and it was again it was one word, it was a noun, and she said that death is like a
Peach tree.
death is like a peach tree.
What did you mean by that, Nicky?
Well, she said that death is like a peach tree because, like the peaches on the tree, you just never know when they're going to drop. But you know, the very, very best thing of all was said by the quiet man. And I'm going to come to the quiet man and get his answer from it because it was Lucas Patrick over here. And Lucas Patrick here used one word to describe the afterlife. And he said, Mickey, the afterlife is like a...
Guinness.
A pint of Guinness. The afterlife is like a... What the hell did you mean by that?
That was stupid.
Terrible.
That was 3 words.
All this has helped me clear my mind.
Well, it's confused the hell out of me.
I know what's to be done with the land. And no, it's not going to be Aero Disney. And no, it's not going to be roller skate park.
I'm sorry, Mary.
No, I should have done this from the beginning. I'm going to let the land be claimed by the little people.
Well, you know, I was dead. But then, last thing I remember, I was up this cliff thing, looking at the Guinness. But then suddenly, would you believe it, a feckin' gorilla literally scared me to death. I fell into the Guinness. Oh, and then I was drifting, floating, timeless, through the stars, through the universe. And I saw all the saints, and I saw Jesus, and I saw Kevin. But then, I felt like I was watching rugby, you know, sponsors of the Six Nations, back to where I fell into.
Fell into the...
Not the Guinness.
The Guinness, that's it.
How did you know that, Patrick? That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
That's incredible. How did he know?
But then, I heard a voice. It was the mayor's voice. And she said, drinks are on the house. There's an offer no Irishman can refuse, dead or alive. Where's my feckin' drink?
Here's bad news.
More?
That's right. Your mother died.
Oh.
Killed by a teacher.
Wait though, there is good can come of this. Now that your mother's passed,
That's her song.
I can now pronounce the two of you husband and wife.
Flanagan, the grandest of all men,
gents, we must have whiskey with the cake.
That's it,